Zoom H2 Essential 32-bit float. They want to make that very apparent. What else does this come with? Wow, there's really nothing in here. There's some documents. There's not even a USB cable. There's nothing, or batteries or anything. That's what it looks like. Really bare bones. This is smaller than the H2N, the model previous from this one. And a size comparison, I'm grabbing random things on my table here. Here's an Action 5 Pro from DJI. Shure SLX-D1 pack. This is a mic pack that goes on the Talent, and it's the same length as the Zoom. Then another reference is if you have another Zoom product, here's a Zoom F3. Here's the comparison here. They're pretty small. The Zoom F3 is pretty small too. Micro SD card in there. I've already turned it on and played with it a little bit, but wanted for demo purposes. Let's put in some AA's. And when I first turned it on, I did hear audibly a voice that walks you through, because this is supposed to have some accessibility features for people who are blind or have impaired vision. This can take you through a whole menu system audibly. Here's Zoom's website, and with this product, this is currently right now the recording of this video, so things might change. According to this, there's one in the front, one in the back, and then there's one that's split, which is their bi-directional mic. Here they show you a diagram of what it looks like. The way that these work, the pickup patterns, is you can enable and disable the front or the back, the rear, and then depending on what you press here, it's gonna work for both of them. Unless you disable one, then it's only gonna work for one side. That's what this pattern is showing you here. Here's another pattern. I guess if you want to use this to record music, which is exactly my use case for this. I record live music, and this is what I'm going to use. I use the H2N, the older model from this, for the longest time. And even before that, I used the H2. So I've been a user of Zoom products for over 10 years. I have the front capsule on, and this is a 90-degree pickup pattern recording some live music. I also used it to record rock music and club music, which gets really, really loud. And before the 32-bit float, I just had to turn the volume level down as low as possible. And then sometimes it even clipped. But having 32-bit float now, I'm not gonna have to worry about that. They're showing you a scenario where you could use this as a podcast, but I don't know anybody who would use it in this situation here. Now I'm going to switch devices. I've been recording on my Samsung S24 Ultra. I'm going to switch to this Lumix. The Zoom 2 Essential is plugged into the Panasonic S5 IIX, and it's on the rear, just one mic, and it's on the mono pickup pattern. I have the camera's audio setting set to about -15 dBs, and I'm controlling the output using the volume knob, and here on the volume knob on the side, you're gonna see it pop up on the LCD screen. So when I move the volume knob, you can see it changes the output level of the audio that's coming out. The recording has not been enabled. This is just a straight pass through into my camera. The record, you can choose sample rate. It's all 32-bit, but depending on the sample rate, you can go 48, 44, 96. When I had this in USB mode, I couldn't use 96. I could only go 48 or 44. But when you're also having USB mode, you can record internally and then have it go into your computer at the same time. If you want to hear it turn on and off, you can set it to different volume levels. And I set it to -12. Let's see what that sounds like. I'll actually do a test recording here. Ah, there you go. That's a test recording. That's what it looks like. It's all red. You can clearly see that it's on. And then I'm going to turn this off now. Once you plug an audio source into this jack here, it disables the rear. It disables this one, but you can still use the front. So I can have the mics on here and then the shotgun mic or whatever external microphone at the same time. And I'll enable that right now. So now there's two sources. There's a shotgun, and then there's the front-facing mic here. It's both outputting to my camera. Okay, now you're hearing the Rode Lavalier plugged into the 3.5 jack here. I had to turn on the plug-in power from the Zoom, but you can hear it. And because I'm utilizing that 3.5, that disables the rear capsule, but I'm gonna turn on the front now. And just like the shotgun mic that I demoed, you can hear this microphone is on, so you have two sources of audio. I'm gonna hit record. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. I'm recording right now and I'm trying to change the pickup patterns of the microphone here, and it looks like you cannot change the pickup patterns while you're recording. You have to stop the recording and then you can change the pickup pattern. There's a Bluetooth module that this and a lot of the other Zoom products have, and because it's so small, the pictures that I've seen when you buy the Bluetooth module, which is like $70, is pretty expensive, it protrudes outside of the recorder. So you can get it and be able to control the device with your phone using an app, but I would pay extra to have the Bluetooth just already installed, but it's not in there. So I don't have it, so I can't demo that, but there is the Bluetooth. Oh, and this is the windscreen that it shows in the website, but I don't think it's available right now. Here's the accessory kit that should be released soon. Here are the lights that are on, and then if you want to disable one, you hit the button again, and then now that one's disabled. Hit it, now they're both enabled. The lights, the LED lights, are pretty bright. So if you're in a dark club situation, this is almost like a flashlight, and the LCD screen here is also pretty bright. This is how bright these lights are. If you're in the middle of the day, outdoors, and you can't tell if this is on or off, this light is really bright, and you're gonna be able to tell. The downside is there's no way, at least for me using this right now, there's no way to turn the dimming down of how bright these lights are. So I hope that Zoom can release a firmware. Maybe this is not even possible, but if it is possible, to lower the brightness of these LED lights here. So this can also be used as a USB microphone with a USB-C connection. You can plug it into your computer. But what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna plug this into my phone. I have a Samsung S24 Ultra that I'm filming this on right now. I'm gonna use a generic USB-C to USB-C cable. Okay, what you're hearing now is I'm plugging this directly into my phone using the USB-C, and I'm gonna tap on it just to prove that this is going into the phone. So that's what it sounds like. Right now I have the rear mic on and it's in an Omni, the largest pickup pattern. I'm gonna switch pickup patterns so you can see or hear what it sounds like when I switch pickup patterns. Let me go to this one. Now this is the 90-degree pickup pattern. I'm 1 foot away from the mics here. So this is what it sounds like 1 foot away. And now I'm gonna switch the pickup pattern to the mono. Looks like it takes a second to switch to the different pickup patterns, but now you're hearing mono mode, and it does sound better, more isolated to where my voice is, because I am pointing this directly at my mouth. So using the USB-C, it sounds pretty good going right into the phone. Okay, this is back to the 120-degree pickup pattern. I'm gonna turn on the front. Okay, so now this is more of a surround sound. And now what it's doing is, even though the two bidirectional ones and then these two microphones are all on at the same time, I think it's like a three or four mic setup. Even though it's all on the USB, it's coming in as a stereo. So even though you have multiple mics in here, and if you're trying to turn them all on, the output is stereo. So this is sending a mix out. Turn it on this side. Here's what it sounds like. Test, 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 test. You can hear from my phone even more of a stereo effect as I'm turning the mic around like this. It's kind of cool. Turning it this way. You can also hear a lot of handling noise It's the Zoom recorders are notorious for just picking up a lot of handling noise. So you should hear the handling noise, or if there's any wires hitting this, you're probably hearing that on the recording right now. Okay, what you're listening to right now is I have the Zoom mic right in front of my mouth. So I'm going to test the wind noise. I'm going to blow on it. That's what it sounds like. And it's in mono mode. I'm going to switch to a 90-degree pickup pattern. Now this is the 90-degree pickup pattern. Here's the wind. Just blowing right into it. Now here's the 120 pickup pattern. I'm going all the way around the microphone so you can hear, get a kind of a stereo effect. Blowing. And now I'm going to go back to mono mode. So here are the specs of the Zoom H2 Essential that are on the website. You can look this up yourself. Just wanted to show the battery power here. Okay, so here it shows you a chart of the battery life. And the battery life depends on the kind of battery you put into this Zoom. So you can put in alkaline, nickel metal hydrate, or lithium batteries, and it gives you the run times. Now, this runtime is if you only use certain mic pickup patterns and you're not plugging in the external 3.5, and it depends on a lot of other things you're doing and settings with the microphone. So here it gives you the best case scenario, but then here, if you look further down the chart, it tells you if you use all the microphones at the same time. Then it now drops to 17.5 hours with lithium, and then 8 hours each on the alkaline and the nickel metal hydrate. And then they give you another chart here where if you are using the external mic with plug-in power, everything drops significantly. So now the lithium battery goes to 9.5, and the nickel metal hydrate goes to 4.5, and the alkaline is only 4 hours. Okay, this is my computer. I have a Mac. I just plugged the SD card in. This is what the files look like. I had one capsule on, which is the front capsule, and then I had my shotgun microphone plugged into the 3.5 jack. That's what this is. And then this is the mix. So here's what it sounds like.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
And that one, here's the shotgun microphone.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. So my initial thoughts with the Zoom H2 Essential, I really like it. The Zoom H2N was my favorite Zoom recorder out of all the Zoom recorders I owned because I used it all the time for live music. Now, if you don't do live music, I don't know if you're gonna want something like this, but if you're a musician, you have a band, you wanna record your rehearsals, you record concerts, anything where you want more of an ambience, this is pretty awesome so far because it's almost exactly like the H2N, but with 32-bit recording. And I really love that because you have a USB-C, this can now be really a versatile microphone for a phone or for your computer as a USB microphone. I'm looking at other reviews with the Zoom Essential lineup, the H1, and then they have an H5 or whatever else they have. I've been reading pretty poor reviews of all of them. But this one, for at least my initial use right now, it's a thumbs up. I think this is a good product.